the attention economy, and you. Let's talk about it. Hello everyone, Thunderhawk Coaching Will here to talk about the attention economy and you. So, if you've been around the internet before, you've probably heard the attention economy. But I'll outline it quickly for you. By that, I basically mean the platform we're on right now, YouTube, and every other social media platform, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, if you still use that, Threads, Twitter, X. All of those platforms make money off of your attention. You are the product in those environments. Which back in my day when I was a little younger, that means it could give you more personalized choices, things that could connect you to communities that you resonate with. But now, in this day and age, it's to connect you with advertisers. And in some ways, this is cool and great because you can find products that are relevant to you. In other ways, not so much. And that's what this video is kind of about today. The attention economy and you. So, something I want to start with initially is I'm a mental health coach. So, that's going to be the framing for today's video. But when we think about the attention economy, when I think about the attention economy, I really think about the impacts it has on our mental health. So buying more things doesn't make us happy. It's kind of something I want to put down immediately, right? That's something I really feel and believe in, even though technically I'm part of a product on a platform that encourages that. When we are really focused or unfocused, because we have a lot of content thrown at us, that can really muddle our brain signals a lot. And by that I mean, I don't know if you ever sat on your phone for ages, on hours, and you come out of this time diluted haze, or you don't know what happened for a while, and you went through a bunch of YouTube shorts or TikToks. You have no idea what you really observed or took in on this journey you've been through into the techno black hole. But all that time you were participating in the attention economy, where you got to watch things, and then products and services were put in front of you to sell you things. This can fly in the face a lot of what I believe is good mental health, and it's why I think tech hygiene is really important with a lot of this stuff. And the attention economy tries to farm data about who you are and gather up as much information as they can about you to file you down certain holes to sell you certain products. It's why they're some of the most valuable companies on the planet. Meta, Amazon, Nvidia, they're all big valuable companies because they participate in this attention economy in their own ways. Nvidia creates data centers, which creates AI. Amazon has a product marketplace where they sell things. Meta sells ads. The Alphabet company, Google, sells ads. They all kind of participate in this attention economy because people need to pay attention to become emotionally invested in something, to buy something. So I want to talk about the loop here that we're all kind of dragged into in a little way. So you exist. You enjoy content. You watch something funny and fun. Maybe you get invested in a content creator. Maybe you get invested in a certain genre or type of content. You watch said content, and eventually you've probably seen at some point that some of the content creators that you enjoy may have sponsored slots around them. Whenever you open a YouTube video, you probably see an ad on the video, right? All of the attention economy is geared towards having you on the platform so they can put more ads in front of you, which will eventually convert to more sales. And this isn't really that good for you because, in my opinion, what we need are social connections and being around other human beings where we feel safe, valued, and cared for. Having our physical, social, emotional, occupational, spiritual needs met all of that fun stuff that's like outlined in like the 8 dimensions of wellness, which I'll put in the description. A lot of that stuff highlights our broader needs as individuals, right? And the attention economy kind of bats in the opposite direction of that. It kind of gives you the drug equivalent of that. But the problem is we're all so hooked on this drug, right? We're all so hooked on it because it gives us kind of this idea that we can easily have some of these kind of needs that I've kind of thrown down in there a little bit met, you know, especially the social one. Gives us the idea, the mirage, the simulacrum, as you might call it, that those needs are being met right now as like you sit with your favorite content creator. Like parasocial relationships result in can result in more isolation in a lot of ways, because you know you see people that you agree with and that's great, but then we're all like petitioned in our own specific little online bubbles. I am too. A lot of my stuff's like political, economic, GLP-1s, business. That's kind of my sphere, right? But it's different for everyone. Some people are going to be watching therapy channels. Some people are going to be watching beauty channels. Some people are going to be watching quad biking channels. Some people are going to be watching music channels. Some people are going to be watching channels about a guy messing with AI. All kinds of channels for all kinds of things, you know. And I'm glad all of these things exist in a way, because I love the variety the internet provides. As a lot of you may or may not resonate with that. But some of the challenges that come with that is that because we don't really have these collective cultural experiences anymore, it can kind of segregate us into our own little bubbles where we feel like we struggle to connect with people around us. I think historically and culturally, you know, in my historical cultural context, in the UK, which I'm from, things that usually bind us together a lot culturally are like football. We love beer, we love cricket, you know, lots of different sort of rugby, pool, snooker, darts. I'm talking about blokes specifically. Kind of blokey English British culture, that's kind of a big thing we do over here. I never really connected with that because I individually got into my own little internet silo in my formative years, and also I'm a little bit different myself. I'm a little neurodiverse, so I don't find those environments particularly connected for me, probably because I have special interests that people don't connect with, and if you do too, I'd love to hear in the comments. But I think the challenge with this specialization in the circle and cycle of things in the attention economy we find ourselves in, I think it leads to a really, really challenging place where we feel kind of more and more disconnected with people around us, you know. I know my neighbours, but I don't know them as much as I probably would historically, as older generations would. Like, I know them, I don't think we really have a lot in common, but that's like fine with me. And I don't know if you guys know your neighbours super well either, but I feel like part of the reason we don't know our neighbours as well as we might have historically is because we don't really have these shared cultural events to kind of bond over. We don't have these third spaces to go to share similar ideas with people that are physically near us. And I think that's really, really negatively impacted a lot of social development, not just for younger people, but for older people too, man. Everyone. And I think these are the trickle-down challenges of, you know, the broader economic environment we all find ourselves in, but also the attention economy is getting us hooked into being siloed into our own little lanes and not being able to be present with the people around us and maybe be open to taking in different ideas of what people like and enjoy, and then connecting with people in different ways and having experiences. You know, often I think about some of the people I've connected with historically prior to the attention economy, and I'm like, man, we didn't really have anything in common on the surface, but we just kind of like hung out and did things, and stuff kind of happened which we then bonded over, right? And I just feel like that doesn't happen that much anymore. And I feel like not having that happen contributes a lot to bad mental health. So that's the attention economy in you. I've been Will from Thunderhawk Coaching. You've been wonderful. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.